I'd like to start our festivities off with a brief comment or two. First of all, I want to thank all of you for coming. I appreciate the nice turnout. I think that this dinner is a nice culmination to what I think was a pretty spectacular couple of days. I just wanted to take a minute to thank some of the folks that helped to make it possible. We had some who contributed to our program through buying advertising. I'd like to thank Steve and Linda Hodges of West Bay Trading Company. Dan Sedgwick and his company purchased ad as well. My friend John Poulin, where is he? John, he purchased an ad. Gay Withers, who's one of our big supporters, and Dana Reed, who purchased an ad as well. A gentleman named Joe Bissell, who's out in the state of California, not able to be here tonight, and my good friend Tom Uram, who is president of the Pennsylvania Association of Numismatists. I have a special thanks to Dr. John DeBray for all the help that he gave me in making this thing possible. He was instrumental in getting Manuel Almeida and his wife, Teresa, to come to our program, to our conference, and he was there to help me when I needed it, to give me reassurance that this was going to work out. I'd like to thank Dana Reed, who helped to bring Sergio Gonzalez here, and also helped to make airline reservations that were a little difficult, and he managed to do that. My good friend Rick Belson, I'd like to thank Rick. Unbeknownst to many of you, Rick has made a significant contribution to this program. In fact, he underwrote almost exclusively all of the expenses for Manuel Almeida and his wife to come here from Cuba, and for that I really appreciate it, because it was something really, thank you. Also, Rick has very graciously purchased a number of our books so that I can donate them to various libraries. So he wants me to help him get the books to the proper libraries. He gave me several for Vero Beach, Indian River County Library, and also in Fort Pierce and Sebastian. And for that, I appreciate that as well. So thank you, Rick. Thank you. I would like to thank Sue Baker and her staff of Flagler Catering, because they, yeah. Sue was great. When I would call her up and say, I think we're going to have 30 people, and then say, nah, it's 50, you know, it's like, and she was like, calm, no problem, we'll take care of it. When I needed centerpieces, I had no centerpieces. She said, would you like me to get centerpieces? She got the centerpieces. She was always there when I needed her. So I want to thank you for that. So thank you. And your staff as well. Laura Stevenson from Flagler College, she's the director of student affairs, and she was the one who originally met with me so that we could have Flagler as our venue, because I really wanted to have the conference here. I know parking's a problem, but I wanted to have it here because I thought it was the perfect venue, and historically and in all other ways I thought it fit with what we were trying to do, and she was very helpful in arranging everything. Also, Dr. Susan Parker, who's not with us tonight, but she was one of our presenters. She was, at the time, she was the director of the St. Augustine Historical Society, and Susan agreed to partner with us, and that was huge, because I needed to have a partner in St. Augustine. I needed to have an organization that had a long reach, that was well respected, so that when we went forward with the project, we would have some credibility, and it was very helpful, and she was great. She retired, and then Megan Wilson took over, and it was seamless, and she was wonderful and did a great job and helped me out. Last night we had the reception over at the Historical Society, and she did a great job. It was great. And then Cindy Stavely with the Pirate and Treasure Museum, I thought that was a pretty memorable evening. That was a lot of fun. A little cold, but not bad. It was a lot of fun. Raphael Cosma back here, he contacted me, and he interviewed me so that he could get out into the Spanish newspapers about what we were doing, and he did some wonderful articles. He emailed them to me. I'm going to try to get them on the website. But thank you, Raphael. I appreciate that. George Gardner here. George also did a number of articles for us in the St. Augustine Entertainer, yeah. And it was interesting how we met, because his wife Sally works in a jewelry store, and in September, in September, I was here getting things started, getting things lined up, and I went into her jewelry store, and I was buying a gift for a client's daughter, and we got to talking, and she said, "What are you here for?" And I told her. She said, "Oh, my husband would think this is wonderful." So she gave me his email address. I emailed him, and here he is. And he really was great. He did a lot of work for us as well. Warren Clark, who's not here tonight, he's the gentleman, the artist that I worked with on the tiles. He was great working with him. Dan Mates. Dan, where are you? Dan? Oh, well, anyways, he's the other artist that was, Don Mates was the artist who was at our meeting this morning and had some wonderful artwork. And last but not least, David Lisot. David here is our videographer. Yeah. And David's been wonderful. And his wife, Debbie, she was my second. She went out and helped me with taking care of the front desk, so to speak, when we were taking, getting people checked in. She really was a big help. But anyways, David's done a great job. He worked with us in 2015. He did wonderful DVDs. They were terrific. He's a great editor. He does a great job. And I hope all of you take advantage of it and buy these for future reference. But okay, that's it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to let the catering folks tell you how to go to dinner. I guess you're going to go by tables, I suppose?
Could I say a word before
Yes,
you
George,
start?
absolutely.
Never invite a politician to dinner. I would wait until after the meal, but depending on my table manners, I may not be here. So, Ben, I had a processor ceremony, not ceremony, but a little process while I was mayor of recognizing people who serve their community, whether it's the community of St. Augustine or the 1715 Plate Society. I have watched Ben, I have listened to Ben, I have emailed with Ben over the last number of days. There's no question that I don't think I've seen him sit down yet. But Ben, on behalf of my city as a former mayor, for you representing your directors and the 1715 Plate Society, I'd like to present you with a pin representing the coat of arms.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.